Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Wednesday, the 26th of August. All right, now, I don't know if you've noticed the last sort of week or so, the NASDAQ has really been the standout indice in that North American session. It's been rallying, with all the tech companies sort of making good cash as everyone's locked down, etc. But it's really something to keep an eye on. And if you're looking at the correlation matrix, right, look at the NASDAQ here, the futures price, you're looking at a couple of pairs here are really starting to correlate extremely high, sterling and the Swiss. And you come down here, obviously, or silver, and gold's not too far behind. So just keep an eye on the NASDAQ and what it's sort of really impacting, right? Outside of that, the major currency pairs aren't doing a hell of a lot. And this is where your understanding of the market, right? And what I want to talk about is one of the clear things is the oil trade, right? So there's this hurricane going up through the Gulf. It's going to come along the east coast of the US. And you should be following this very closely. And you can use this right on Metastock, obviously. And you can see where the path of the hurricane is going to go and the potential impact and as it intensifies, etc. So this is a huge tool to use, especially trading like CAD yen or even dollar CAD. Now, CAD yen is, to me, the most logical pair to be trading at the moment. Any impacts on supply, CAD yen moves to the top side as the oil price rallies. So keep an eye on this as you go forward. It's probably, out of everything that's going on, the one trade that makes the most sense. All right. Now, you come back to the normal markets. Okay, look at the dollar index. It's just trading sideways in a pretty decent range. There's no clear bias to me with the news. If I just switch you over here, there's no like standout dollar movement, right? And that's why the dollar, US dollar itself, and the other pairs are in a bit of a holding pattern. We do have the economic symposium in Jackson's Hole. Now, a lot of guys are just joining online, but Fed Chairman Powell will be speaking, I think, Thursday. Also, the Bank of England, Bank of Canada, Governor Macklem, and I think Bailey, the Bank of England, head of the Bank of England, on Friday. So that's just some things that the market's waiting for. Outside of that, you got Trump doing the Republican dance. US politics come into play. There's that crazy story yesterday about US and China, like everything's great again after Trump has a phone call or someone does. That doesn't make me feel very confident in what's happening there. And if I just bring you back to the major currency pairs, we're just waiting, right? As I said, I said this 100 times, you can't make the currencies move when you want them to. They will move when they're ready. And this sort of price action, it's just pretty much sideways. And we're seeing this across all the pairs. They are preparing. Sterling's doing some massive price ranges. But the other pairs, we've got support and resistance, but we're not really getting that follow through. And that's because the news or the bias in the US dollar is not exactly clear. Dollar yen is still moving to the top side. We've got a bit of resistance up here around 106.58. I just blow that up. You'll get a bit of better look at that. And dollar CAD down the bottom here is the pair that, as I was mentioning, probably CAD yen is the main pair now. I've got oil inverted for new people watching this video. Oil is inverted, and that's because of the natural correlation it has with dollar CAD. As oil falls, dollar CAD goes down, because the Canadian dollar gets more valuable. So you'd expect, as that hurricane hits the coast, usually you'll probably see that's probably where the oil price will top out, depending on how big the impact is across the landfall. So just keep a very close eye on that. As I said, CAD yen to me is probably the standout pair just at the moment. All right, now if I just bring you back to the daily market insight, just give you a bit of a run through of the final components here. Like the trading conditions are pretty average in the sense that we are lacking really short-term momentum on most pairs. Dollar yen's probably the only pair that has an inkling of direction, and that's slightly up. Okay, slight risk-off sentiment to kick the day off in Asia, but we're still not seeing the market direction light up. We are lacking momentum. Those long-term trends are still hanging around, but they are also drifting, right? So make sure you're aware of that. Scroll down the bottom here. Okay, we've got some data coming out today. The US durable goods, you know, traditionally a pretty big number, and that's pretty much it. So to me, the main bias, the main focus is going to be the hurricane. Keep a very close eye on that. As I said, it's actually quite interesting. And the tools that we've got here now with Metastock make it rather exciting. All right, you can go in here, you can click on all different aspects and get a whole range of data here. But that's that's all we've got to look for just at the moment. This, as I said, the currencies are in, and most of the indices are in a holding pattern, and that's what you need to be doing, is just waiting for the opportunities to pop up. All right, guys, have a good one. Cheerio.